Through her sleepy haze, Talia heard water. It sounded like a downpour. Regardless of the weather outside, Talia lay in a cozy bed, surrounded by the scent of forest and dark chocolate. Unwilling to wake up, she pulled the comforter over her head and drifted back to sleep. Talia's mind stirred and her eyes fluttered open. No sound of rain greeted her ears. Sunlight streamed through the windows. Had she dreamed about the rain? Or did it rain during the night and clear up? It didn't matter. Talia turned lazily and her nose touched the pillow full of a delicious smell, confirming that last night happened. She didn't imagine it. Alpha Damon stayed there, asked her to continue using this room, assured her no one would disturb her anymore, and told her she didn't need to hide and could train in self-defense. Talia couldn't remember when she fell asleep, but she knew Alpha Damon slept with her, or at least held her while she slept. The sheets next to her felt cold, but based on the strength of the scent, she concluded that Damon left recently. She bit her lip guiltily at the memory of clinging to Damon. Guilt washed over her because it went against the rules, especially for someone like her. His body felt solid and warm, and his presence made her feel safe. It felt good, more than good. But if Marcy or Casey or any of Damon's other women saw them like that, Talia knew she'd receive a beating. The events from last night would remain a secret buried in her memory. Talia let out a sad sigh and reminded herself not to get used to Damon's clinginess. His mood swings proved unpredictable, and she shouldn't expect him to treat her with kindness. If she expected it and it didn't happen, she'd end up hurt. Talia could only describe Alpha Damon as confusing. Why couldn't he pick one personality and stick to it? If he treated her meanly or ignored her, it would make leaving much easier. Talia chided herself for wavering. She resolved to leave as soon as Dr. Travis declared her recuperated. But then Alpha Damon brought her dinner and climbed into her bed. He didn't act intrusive. On the contrary, though he pressed her against him, he showed kindness and listened. She didn't hate it. But no matter how good it felt to fall asleep in Alpha Damon's embrace, Talia didn't dare hope it would happen again. Did she want it to happen again? Did her desires even matter? She justified Damon's behavior from the previous night as something he did to comfort her and apologize since Casey bullied her on his watch. Those were his words. Yeah, it wouldn't happen again. Talia glanced around the room to ensure she remained alone and that no one could see her. She buried her face in the pillow and took a deep breath. How could a man smell so good? She loved Damon's scent, but would never admit it, not even to herself. Those kinds of thoughts weren't allowed. Talia jolted when the bathroom door opened, and her eyes widened in shock at the sight of Alpha Damon, standing there with only a towel hanging dangerously low on his waist. His damp and messy hair increased his visual appeal by a notch, not that he needed it to look delicious. Talia swallowed a mouthful of air while struggling to maintain eye contact and not gape at the magnificent landscape of his body. "Good morning, my dear wife." Damon gave her his signature lopsided smile. "Good morning," she responded in a squeaky voice, too flustered to address the dear wife part, and her face exploded in blush when his smile widened. Damon raised his arm and leaned on the doorframe, giving her a spectacular view of his V-shaped torso. Talia's breath hitched when their eyes met, and she saw his knowing gaze. Oh God, he noticed her staring, but she couldn't look away. "Why are you here?" She managed to force words out of her mouth. "I didn't want to leave before you woke up. It would appear that I sneaked out after we spent the night together." Talia paused. That sounded ambiguous, but in a way rang true. However, did he need all that exposed skin? "Why are you wearing a towel?" Damon's hand fell on his waist. "Should I remove it?" "No!" Talia panicked. Damon burst into a hearty laugh. He loved her variety of expressions. He loved everything about Talia. Talia loved seeing him laugh like that, a carefree laugh. His features softened, and he didn't appear scary. At that moment, he became Damon. Just Damon. Aren't you going to freshen up before your doctor's appointment? Talia wanted to say yes, but he stood at the door of the bathroom, and if she went now, it would only bring her closer to that sinful devil who liked to tease her. She gathered her courage and responded with the question, "Aren't you going to leave?" Damon stalked to the bed and sat on the edge. Talia inhaled a shaky breath when his scent hit her, and she hoped that he didn't notice. Unfortunately, yes, I do need to leave. There are no clothes for me in this closet. Damon's eyes darted over Talia's face as he searched for signs of approval or discomfort at the idea of them sharing a closet, but he found nothing. Breakfast starts in half an hour, and after that, I will accompany you to see Travis. Talia blinked out of her Damon-induced daze. Oh no, breakfast! I needed to help in the kitchen! Damon pushed a lock of Talia's hair behind her ear tenderly. Don't worry about it. I told Stephanie that you had a rough night and would sleep in. She'll expect you to help with lunch. Talia nodded. Thank you. She really meant it. Not just for telling Stephanie about her absence related to breakfast preparations, but also about staying with her overnight. Talia couldn't remember she ever slept that well. She understood that Damon acted playfully and teasing, and he would never harm her. After all, if he wanted to do anything inappropriate, he had the whole night for it, and she couldn't have fought him off. Yet her clothes remained in place. A small voice inside Talia's head whispered that no matter Damon's mood or which personality he switched into, he would never harm her. I'll see you at breakfast. She didn't want him to leave, but he stood there nearly naked, and she needed to get ready. Damon stood up with difficulty. He really wanted to get under that cover and snuggle with Talia. Damon entered the dining room and found Caden and Maya there, each with a cup of steaming coffee. The table held serving plates filled with sausages, bacon, and scrambled eggs. Damon went to get himself a coffee first. He'd eat when Talia arrived, which should happen soon. Nice of you to join us, Caden grumbled when Damon took a seat. Damon didn't understand Caden's attitude. Yes, he usually arrived first and started working, but he didn't want to cut short his morning with Talia. Did I miss something important? Alpha Richard called 3 times. He wants to talk to you in person and apologize for Casey's behavior, Caden informed him. Damon didn't want to talk to him. Tell him that's not necessary. Apology accepted, but I won't change my mind about Casey coming back here. Starting today, I want us to increase border patrols. Outsiders can't step into our core territory without approval from me or my betas, and they must report when they leave. If the number of requests becomes too much for the 3 of us to handle, we can authorize a few more people to deal with it. They discussed this previously, so Damon didn't want to go into details. Maya chimed in. We'll need to clarify who falls into the category of outsiders. Whoever isn't a pack member, Damon added without missing a beat. Send a memo to all packs so that we avoid unnecessary misunderstandings. I want us to keep track of all outsiders in our territory. That shouldn't prove hard to do. Caden and Maya agreed. It wouldn't be difficult. And it didn't seem unusual either. Many packs conducted rigorous checks about others who stayed with them. The Dark Howlers pack just acted rather lax in this aspect. Until now. Anything else? Damon asked, and the way Caden and Maya exchanged glances told Damon that he wouldn't like whatever they were about to say. Caden responded, Marcy wants to come. Damon's face darkened. I thought I had at least a week until I needed to deal with her again. You're giving her the silent treatment, and Alpha Edward is getting nervous, Caden said. Damon couldn't believe this. Silent treatment? It's been only a few days. If anyone's going back on the agreement, it's them. Maya made a face. They want to use our celebration of summer solstice as an excuse for Marcy to come. Damon rubbed his forehead. He didn't want to entertain Marcy, and he definitely didn't want her to come for this event or any other. Damon imagined walking with Talia and showing her around, and if Marcy showed up, none of that would happen. Damn it.
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.